Now, Joe Biden has also made a fuss about being very pro-transgender. His administration made this person, Rachel Levine, a 4-star general, and then made a second appointment, Sam Brinton, now on the right of her, a nuclear expert, as Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Office of Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition, in charge of nuclear waste. Despite his fetish for sex with men dressed as dogs, and Brinton also said how proud he was to be a first, something that many of the media also hailed as progress. Here he is.
I've never seen a person in any of my jobs who looked like me. But now I have received hundreds of cards from young trans and non-binary kids who say they can't wait to grow up to be a nuclear engineer. If that's the new stereotype, trans people are nuclear engineers, I'm okay with it.
Ami Horowitz, much was made of this guy being the first. Isn't it now time to acknowledge he's also the first transsexual in high office in America that's gone and stolen a woman's suitcase from a carousel at an airport?
Look, I have no issue if the best person for the job is a transgender person. That's totally fine with me. Even if, you have these weird sexual picadillos, that's also fine with me, as long as you're the best person for the job. But right now, he's got 2 transgender people in the administration, and he is 0 for 2. Rachel Levine, who has a very significant job in administration, this is a person who, while she was the head of Health and Human Services in her state of Pennsylvania, this is a person who forced, just like the Governor Cuomo in New York, forced old age homes to take in COVID-positive people, leading to the death of thousands of people in Pennsylvania, while, by the way, I should add, took her mother out of that old age home and saving her. So this is 0 for 1. And now you have another person who, again, look, I don't care if you're into, by the way, tying up people like dogs. I'm not sure you're supposed to tie up dogs. I'm not sure that's the way this works these days. I don't care if you're a brony, but at the end of the day, you're talking about a person who's so stupid. I mean, it's a person who stole a $2,500 suitcase. By the way, I didn't know that suitcase was that expensive. Mine's $19.99. And stole it in an airport which has cameras in every single angle that these buildings have, stole it, left with it, actually even came back and tried to travel with it again, and then lied to the police about it, which I have to assume this person has to know that they're on camera. It's beyond belief that he could hire such stupid and irresponsible people. That's the bigger problem for me.
Yeah, Ami, look, I totally agree. Look, the 2 transgender people that I know personally, one helped when I was young, helped me form a dance band, lovely person. And the second was a former army officer who I think is tremendously moral. But I've got to take issue. I mean, wouldn't something in the background of this guy, suggest that perhaps this person could not be expected to behave conventionally, perhaps wasn't committed to building trust? I mean, wouldn't there be a couple of little red flags about his behaviour, or her behaviour, or their behaviour, however you want to put it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the proof in the pudding. The administration is 0 for 2. Clearly, they're choosing people not based on skill set. They're choosing people based on the fact that they are transgender. That's the point. That's why they're doing it. They want to jump up and down and say, look how diverse we are, look how open, look how tolerant we are, while not giving a crap about the qualifications of the persons themselves. In fact, Rachel Levine, I think, was disqualified by her actions in Pennsylvania for that job. So, yeah, I think they've done a very poor job choosing who they're going to choose who are transgender to bring into the administration.
Well, I think a guy also prancing around with some other guy on all fours with a dog tail and sort of dog ears on him. I don't know if they're really cut out for high office. Between you and me, that's what I think. Ami Horowitz, thank you so much indeed for your time.
Always a pleasure.